Hi beautiful one, welcome home. Today we're going to talk about why it's important not to beat yourself up for being a human being and how you can catch those ego patterns and stop them in their tracks. Alright, let's get started. Intro. How are you? Rotten butt. Getting excited about getting started on the van build out. I've been planning everything in it, figuring out everything and I'm going to need to get it done. Just need to let it cool off a little bit outside before I get started working on the van very much. On the path of awakening, our personality structures can often get really invested in becoming a better version of themselves, which is not a bad thing. It's good for us to watch our ego patterns and not give in to them, to not allow ourselves to be swayed by them into choices or actions that we really would rather not be doing. However, it's very important to make sure that we watch the ego patterns that come up, that start attacking ourselves, that start judging ourselves, that start making us feel bad about being a human being. Because those are extremely misplaced thoughts and emotions. You are a human being in this experience. There's no getting around it. You are the all, you're everything. You're the awake awareness, you're the golden light, you're God, whatever you want to call the source of all being. You are that. You are everything. Everything is you. And you are an individual human being in this lifetime. And that's just the way it is. As a result, you have a human personality structure and you have human ego patterns. You have human desires. You have human needs. You have human relationships. You have a human body to take care of and experience the 3D realm through. You have a human mind that can be extremely brilliant and can also be a huge handicap to being in the present moment at the same time. You have human faults. You have human imperfections. You will never get everything you want. You will lose everything you love. You will experience great joy and peace and great pain and sorrow. You will try extremely hard to understand this life and never quite grasp it. And it's a wonderful miracle that you're experiencing this. All of it. For you're a consciousness, an energy. And here you are experiencing being in a physical body, in a lifetime, as a being, as a personality, as a person. So whenever you see any of those ego patterns coming up in your mind, telling you that you're not good enough, or that you're bad or evil or wrong for having done this thing or thought that thing or had this desire, that you are not spiritual enough, that you're not awake enough, any of that bullshit, just let it all go, because it's all just crap. There's no point in comparing yourself to anyone or anything, including yourself. Just be. Yes, of course you're going to open more. Of course the awakening is going to arise even more within you. Of course more of the ego patterns that divide you and separate you and give you that strong sense of self through a sense of suffering are going to fade more and more and more. But you don't have to rush it. You can't rush it. You can't push it. You can't force it. It's going to unfold as it unfolds. Might as well relax and enjoy the ride as much as you possibly can, including your finite, limited, imperfect, exquisitely beautiful human experience in all of its messy glory. If you notice that you're getting really down on yourself, meditate. It's not you that are getting down on yourself. It's the ego patterns within your mind that are creating a story about you being down on yourself. Don't buy into it. Meditate. Stay grounded. Stay present. Stay clear. And stay loving to yourself. Stay loving to this spark of consciousness and awareness that feels small and tiny so often. even though there's no such thing as small and tiny in the universe. If I ever notice I'm going through a period where my mind is harping on a particular thing in a way that seems like it's trying to make me feel bad about myself, I'll take a really long, clear look at it, and I'll address those thought patterns if they won't quiet down, and say thank you. I appreciate that you've pointed this out to me. This is something that I would like to work on. This is something I am working on. And I appreciate the work you've done to bring it to my attention. You can relax and let go. I've got this under control. Thank you. And for some reason, that often helps. Our minds and these ego patterns and these reflections of self are so extremely trippy at times. But give it a shot and see if that little trick works for you. And be sure and let me know. Remember, awakening doesn't wipe the personality structure away. It might do that for a very short period of time. You might have a little glimpse of the oneness, the allness, as your being, as yourself. But for most people, it usually comes back into place. And then part of your awakening experience is being present with your human nature. I urge you to not only be present with your human nature, but to love your human nature. You birthed this. You created this. You came up with the idea for a human being, and you embodied it. So I urge you to enjoy it. Wonderful. As always, I'm extremely grateful for you tuning in. I love you very, very much, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Remember, something wonderful is going to happen today. Peace.